Okay, I trust you guys can hear me. Good evening. I see you, Vincent. I see you, Kene, Dexia. Thank you so much for joining. So this space is recorded. Hold on, let me mute this. Okay, sorry about that. So this space is recorded. So we're just going to go straight up into this section, and then whomsoever gets to join us as we go further, I believe they would catch up from where they entered from, and I'm sure they're going to get value for their time as well. So as we stylishly wait for them, I think I should just um, let you guys know why we're here. My name is Winsabari Samuel, and I'm your host for tonight. And I have an amazing gentleman also that's going to be assisting me all the way throughout this section. That's Mr. Vincent, Web3 Vince. Ekene, thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Dexia, thank you for honoring our invitation as well. And I'm expecting David Zoe to join us soon, although he reached out earlier, and I think he has something very, very urgent to handle. And I'm trusting soon enough he would join us. But be that as it may, this section tonight is basically for us to do a recap of what we have um, been able to do as an ecosystem, as a that Zeta blockchain, and then along the way would also, give room for our guest speakers to also basically share some insights, concerning what ZetaChain is doing and what they are also doing respectively also, and would also open up the space for people to um, tune in and ask questions. So I look forward to learning from everyone on the space this evening. Good evening and welcome once again. So I'm going to hand over the mic now to Vincent, and I think we'll just proceed from there. Over to you, Vincent.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Welshman. Please, mute your mic, please. I am asking a favor. GM, I, please, I am having a feedback from my end. I think,
Go ahead, we can hear you.
okay, yeah, GM, everyone. GM Mr. Sammy News, GM Ekene, GM Dexie, Zeta Chain, and Eno Frank. Welcome to the space. Okay, thank you so much for setting the tune, Mr. Sammy. It's Zeta Chain Q2 recap, and also it's a spotlight and all where we will share insights about Web3, mostly about Zeta Chain, and also the opportunity for creatives to leverage on through Zeta Chain. Sorry. So while we are waiting for other speakers to join, we will start start with Mr. Sami. Mr. Sami is the Zeta Chain African ambassador. I have been seeing his work on the TL, and I must say, yeah, he's doing a great job for the Zeta Chain blockchain. So while we are waiting, I will briefly want to know more about Mr. Sami, how he got into Zeta Chain, because I actually knew him as someone who has interest on, yeah, generally blockchain and digital economy as well. But I think since it was last year, I started seeing his content around Zeta Chain, and he has been doing well, in my opinion. So, sir, how did you get into Zeta Chain before we go into the recap of Q2? Let's just get to know. Thank you. I hope I am not wrong. Mr. Sami.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Thank you so much. My journey to this particular ecosystem, I would say it's an amazing one. I I think a few years ago, 2, 3 years now, I got referred to a particular system called the Walk, right? And I think it was there that I got an encounter with this part. The Walk is a decentralized platform that gives you that opportunity to have access to bounties and all of that. So before now, on the Web2 ecosystem, I'm actually a digital skills trainer, more like a digital onboarder. So I've been organizing meetups, conferences, and all of that. So I stumbled on that platform that I was referred to, and I saw that there was a task then where ZetaChain was actually looking out for people to host in-person meetups for them. So I actually applied on the work for that particular role. But beyond that application, I read about the project, and it was really knowing fully well what has been happening ecosystem, this issue of fragmentation, using one chain to the other, security issues and all of that. And I saw that this particular chain was talking about interoperability, omni chain, giving people that access to connect to other blockchains as well. Zeta blockchain is actually that's blockchain that enables you to do transactions, interact with other blockchains from one standpoint. So I joined their Discord channel then. At that point it was still in the testnet phase. So I was just helping people answer questions here and there, how to interact. And I think I became a contributor then. And all of these things, I was just doing it out of a place of love for the project, and it eventually, for the work that I was doing for them, I was now brought into, serve as a VIP contributor, and much more later, I was given the role to serve as the ZetaChain ambassador. So that's basically how I came in. Basically, spotting out an opportunity, volunteering for them, giving back value in the community, and my effort was recognized, and the rest is history. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That must have been an interesting journey from point one, from a point of having passion for something to becoming part of it. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. Yeah, so we are almost 11 minutes into our time. We will go swiftly into the recap of the Zeta chain, the Q2, and I have been seeing a whole lot on the TL. I saw hackathon, right? I saw hackathon on the Zeta chain. I saw events in the western part. I saw in Vietnam, even in Africa here. So I will be giving the mic to Mr. Sami to give us a recap of what has happened, the milestone, the achievement of Zeta Chain in Q2 before we go into the insights and vibes of this space. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. The mic is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. It's been an amazing journey, honestly. It's been an amazing journey, I must say, and I'm proud of what ZetaChain has actually achieved, in this second quarter. Like I mentioned earlier, ZetaChain is actually an omni-chain smart contract platform that was actually designed to enable cross-chain communication and transactions between multiple blockchains. What that means is it enables you to have access to do transactions, send message, and communicate with every other blockchain from one point, communicating with Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, Arbitrum, and the rest of them. So first, I'm just going to give a highlight of some of the things that have actually happened in this second quarter. One of the things that people look forward to when they're performing any transaction in this space is speed. You understand, scalability, of course, but speed is also very important. And ZetaChain actually has been able to upgrade to what's called this lightning it's what called a lightning upgrade, which now enables users to perform transactions. Before now it used to take around 5 seconds, for a particular transaction to go through. But with this particular upgrade, now you can do transactions within just about 2 seconds, and it's really something that's I am particularly happy about in this particular network. That means you wouldn't really waste more time to perform transactions. Contract calls would go very smooth as well, and it's also going to give that enabling environment for developers to deploy, and they know whatever it is that they're deploying will be much more scalable in terms of speed as well. Another thing that has happened amongst others also, it's what's called the ZetaChain summer program. The ZetaChain summer program is more of I think it's an incentive kind of program for creators, right? It's basically where we had the learn to earn, we had the foodie kind of challenge as well. There was a particular part of it that enables people to basically upload pictures of foods, and then you get rewarded for all of these things. So that's one major thing that actually happened in Q2 as well, providing that enabling environment for creators to actually create content, interact with the ecosystem and have a chance of earning from it. That's one major achievement that actually happened in Q2 as well. And also, ZetaChain has actually also, one of the things that happened was the listing on Coinbase. You understand? And this is actually a very good development because it enables users to, be able to buy Zeta directly from Coinbase. And I would say that a lot of other amazing stuff, it's happening in the ecosystem also. We're just trying to do a recap, and we're encouraging everybody to also, key into all of these community activities that's happening, because there's always something in for everyone, of course, that interacts with the ecosystem. And of course, the grants program as well. One of the things that ZetaChain is doing is also to, create that enabling environment for not just users now, but developers also. Sometimes it takes a lot in terms of finance to develop and deploy a particular project on a chain. So this grants program actually gives that enabling environment for people that are building amazing projects, cross-chain projects, as I would say, to actually do whatever it is that they want to do with ease. So I think these are some of the things that has actually been going on in the ecosystem as far as Q2 is concerned. Can you guys still hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Yes, I am having a feedback, sir. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Samuel, for that recap. Um, I have seen here from my yeah, from what you have said, it means ZetaChain has done a lot in Q1, from the development part of it, for the upgrade to the community part of it, and to also the developers as well. The I noticed that there has been a lot of new dApps on ZetaChain. That's very, very recommendable from ZetaChain. So while we are waiting, we are done with the part one of this space, and the part two, which will really interest the listeners. While Mr. Sami was still talking, we had a speaker join us, Mostibala. Welcome to the space. Cryptograph as cryptograph. Yeah, I see you. Welcome. Eminence is here with three local boy. I see you as well. So yeah, let's go to the next thing we have here in agenda for this space. It is the insight, and for those just joining us, we have three amazing speakers on today's space. We have Kene Isala. Sorry if I did not pronounce your name well. And we also have Davizo, the founder of BEI, and we have the Precious as well. So we will be going into the insight and the vibes of this space. I would like to start with Mr. Kene, please, a brief introduction of yourself, please, sir. Unmute your mic and speak. Kene, yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, ZetaChain Africa, for the invite. Thank you, host and the co-host and the listeners as well. My name is Ekene Kamchiku Ezala, but you can call me Kene. Um, I'm an educator, a compliance officer, and then I'm also the co-founder, or more like a contributor to Teen Girls in Blockchain. So what I do in the space, I actually I practice education. I tend to educate people about blockchain, what it's all about, and how you could be able to integrate your skill set into joining it. Also, I run a community that's Teen Girls in Blockchain, where we create an enabling environment for young girls to understand what the blockchain is in simpler terms. We do that from secondary school down to university, the early stage of the university level. That's what actually I do in the space. And as a side, by the side, I'm an event guy. Any event you want to participate, you want to collaborate, partner with across Africa, you can hit my DM. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. It's very, it's something that I really love to see people think outside the box. We have really seen blockchain events, we have seen startups, and seeing a startup that has girl child in mind is something that I really love. Well done, Kim. Thank you so much for joining. Um, we have um, we have Mr. Desir. Sorry if I did not pronounce your name well. Please do well to unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Thank you. Desir, Mr. D. Precious, please do well to unmute yourself if you are with me.
Okay, am I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Um, Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you to the host, the co-host, and everybody on the speaker row and the audience. I appreciate the opportunity to be with the Zeta Chain community tonight. These kind of things are focused and high intent conversations, and they are always rare. I think they are exactly what we need more in this space. My name is Precious. I would like to think of myself as a cross pollinator in the Web3. I operate in between the intersection of strategy, storytelling, and system thinking. Whether I'm collaborating on ecosystem design, working with creatives, or exploring frontier applications of blockchain. So my lens is always, how do we bring more people meaningfully into the future of Web3? Because when I look at Web3, I see it as a digital economy, not a revolution. For me, I've been on the Web3 space doing my thing, hosting some programs, educating people about the Web3. I am also the founder of Dotvest. Dotvest is a stock exchange platform that is built on a blockchain, where you can just decide to open an application and buy shares with any company like Access Bank, Dangote Cement, Boa Cement, and the rest of them, and it will be operating on a blockchain. That's the beauty of it. And you can sell the shares anytime you want, even if it's in the middle of the night, and receive instant settlements. So we are currently working on that and building it. Also, I'm the founder of Web3 Symposium, a program that is geared at educating people about Web3 and the future of finance. We've had our first session last year, December. We're going to be having one possibly this year, December, again in Eket. I will encourage you all to be a part of it. Thank you, and thank you so much. I would love to collaborate more and give more insights as much as I can to this project. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are
Yeah,
audible.
yes,
Okay, so Mr. David Zoe, it's I'm not around, so I would love us to just start with Desia. This gentleman is an amazing person. I think we've been having several conversations with for now, and I'm aware he's building something really amazing. And I think I would love to ask, from your experience as a builder in the Web3 ecosystem, what parts of ZetaChain's progress excites you the most? I know you've talked about building something and you were looking at the deploying on Zeta blockchain and all of that. So, what part of ZetaChain's Q2 progress excites you the most? I don't know if you'd love to share.
Okay, am I audible enough?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, to me, what stood out to be, I'm is somebody unmuted? I am getting a feedback.
Okay, Mr. Sammy, please mute your mic. We are having a feedback.
Okay, so from my end, what stood out in Zeta Chain's quarter two progress wasn't just that they launched, it's the directional clarity. You know, you can feel the ecosystem is maturing and is growing very fast. There is a very clear shift from experimentation to purpose driven architecture. You know, when I spoke with the ambassador for Africa representing Zeta Chain, Mr. Samuel, about Zeta Chain, I really loved what they were doing because honestly, I think one of my first mistakes in the Web3 space was trying to bridge a particular coin from Ethereum chain to, I think it was Binance chain. That was my first experience and my first loss. I think it was just about $30. I was just trying to bridge and I made a mistake and somehow the money was gone. And this is a problem that Zeta chain is solving. So you don't need to bridge from this chain to this chain. You don't need to bridge from this chain to this chain. If you have a coin on the Zeta chain, it can operate and interact with every other blockchain. You understand? So for the fact that there is a clear and distinct architectural purpose driven experimentation, I really am glad to see that this thing we are talking, we are not just hearing, it's now becoming a reality. We are now feeling it. For example, the advancement of the omni chain smart contracts, to me that's a game changer. The idea of building one thing at a standpoint and this same logic can be executed and it will seamlessly operate across multiple chains. It's not just a technical brilliance, it's something at another level. So as a builder, it saves time and actually it reduces fragmentation. Because if I was going to build on Ethereum today, I'm going to learn how to use this particular stuff I build. When I'm done, I want to build on Polkadot blockchain. I need to learn this React and the rest of them I build. I need to build on this. So just because I want to have an application that operates on a blockchain, just like I was talking about Dotverse, that's going to be operating on a blockchain, I will need to build and keep building if I want my product to interact with several chains. But on ZetaChain, just one logic I think is enough to operate and interact with several other chains. So when you're building a product that touches regulated assets, reward integration, whatever it is, and you know that from one baseline you can actually reach across multiple chains, then that's like magic. But beyond the tech, I think I really appreciate what the human side of the rollout in Q2 is doing. I think they are doubling down on developer education grants and all of that, just like the African ambassador mentioned. And it's more clarity, I think. More clarity. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's really amazing. I think what you shared, it's one thing that is actually affecting even up till now. Not a lot of persons are able to, do these transactions, smoothly. And if you want to bridge from one chain to the other, also the fee you're going to pay, will be much more higher. But Zeta Chain is actually, making all of this easier for not just users but for developers like you and many more out there as well. With you mentioned directional brilliance, that stood out for me. And then when it comes to integration as well, this means that developers, would not need to, be learning all of the smart, how to program or interact with all of the smart contracts. ZetaChain makes it easier for you to have. That means if you deploy on ZetaChain, that same contract should be able to interact with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot. Like it's all around access from one point. Thank you so much. So this space is going to be an interactive one. I see a lot of persons joining, and I want to say a very big warm welcome to all of you guys. In a bit, we're going to open the mic for you guys to share your perspectives as well, share your thoughts on the discussions that we're having, and you can as well ask questions as well. So we're going to come back to you, Dexia. I think I'll just move a bit to Mr. Ekene. And Mr. Ekene, it's really amazing to see what you're doing, with respect to education, building impact around several communities, taking advantage of teen girls in blockchain, of course. I salute you and I really love what you're doing. So the question for you is, because I see what all of the things that you're doing revolves around community. Okay. So what I want to know from you is how important is community in Web3? And yeah, I think just share with us what do you think is the importance of community? Why are you doing what you're doing? Okay, and what's your thought also on what ZetaChain is doing in Africa? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, thank you for the question. So, for me, we say community important. Yeah, community is very, very important. What everyone is building, who are you building it for? Community. Community in the Web3 is more like your customers. It's more like people using your products. That's who community is. So even if you are an educator, who the people you are educating, which is your community, are the people who are going to make use of the information you are passing, across. So community is very, very important because they are the ones to give feedback on whatever that is being produced out there, but that is being given out by a particular product or a particular ecosystem like ZetaChain. um Now, how do they contribute to the growth of the chain? The feedback they give, the testing, engaging questions, building, testing applications or testing things like what Zeta just recently launched, or what Zeta is launching, because I think this is part of the roadmap for Zeta, not just that they brought it as something on board, where you can build on Zeta and be interacting on all blockchains or as many blockchains as you could be able to do. Is something that people, the community will test over time and say, okay, oh, we was able to move a token from Zeta to Bitcoin, and it has some bugs, and then the developers can always come back to say, okay, this is what we could be able to go back to correct the errors. So community plays a big role to help ecosystems advance. One community helps when we talk about ecosystems, many people look at TVLs, that's transactions and the rest. Community also help to test run, because if you have lesser community and people are not interacting with your blockchain, you wouldn't be able to know how many volume or how many number of transactions your chain could be able to speed the speed it, or how many transactions it can complete in a second. So community will be able to help you do that because people are interacting on a daily basis. Now community also gives this vibe in terms of giving attesting that this product is viable in the market because people have been able to use it. Now down to what Zeta is doing in Africa. I've known Mr. Sam for a while, and with what you guys are doing in Africa, you did in Ghana, you are doing in Nigeria. You guys are focusing on something that aligns with our goal, education. You guys are not just putting out things out there like, okay, let's just put out the tech, but you are taking the tech down to people to let them understand the products and the product and the progress Zeta have been able to do, which is very very important, leveraging on education. Now, you made mention of the grant, developers grant. Now, this is one thing that it's not common in Africa, but people think it's common because they are seeing it spring up now. It has been very difficult for developers and founders to get funds, in Africa, or generally, I would say in Africa because I don't live outside Africa. But because he's springing up now, people think he has been in existence. No, even now, it's still difficult because I also work as an like a project advisor to startups in Africa. Last year, I know how many projects we pushed to different blockchains and how many who got grants and how many who were rejected. So it's very very difficult, but with what you guys are setting in place, which is the developers grant, it means you guys have the community at heart. Now what you guys are trying to do is not just saying, oh, you are building, come. No, you guys are saying you are a developer, you have an idea you want to build that could be able to scale through, or you're already building, come on board. Whether you are building on ICP or you are building on Bitcoin, come on board. We have that environment, we have that technology that can scale you through to the next level, and also tap into the ZetaChain ecosystem, because I believe outside Africa, ZetaChain is another continent where people could be able to use products that are being developed in Africa. So community stands a big has a big role, or is playing a big role, and we continue to play a big role. Without community, there is no product, there is no blockchain. If um, Satoshi Nakamoto was the only one interacting with Bitcoin today, Bitcoin wouldn't have value. If the founder of ZetaChain is the only one interacting on ZetaChain today, nobody will know ZetaChain, and it wouldn't have the value, and it wouldn't be giving out products or giving out technologies that people could be able to leverage on. So community is the heart of a product, and community also validates what people build, whether idea, whether product, whether any solutions you are building idea, you should be able to have community. So community can be your customers, community can be your clients, community can be people who are also you are educating. It can be your student, it can be anything, but people who are validating what you are shipping out to the public. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Well spoken. Thank you so, so much. I think one of the things highlight I got from what you've just mentioned is without community, there is no project. Community is the heart of the project. And in that same breath, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone on this space, because you guys are more of our community as far as this space is concerned now. Without you, I'm not sure this space would have been successful. Without you, I'm not sure we're able to share insights and vibes. It would have been a dull moment for us to come online like this and then there's nobody to talk to. We have over 55 persons at the moment. I can't mention all of your names, but I think when we get closer to the end of this section, would attempt to, maybe mention everyone on this space. But I want to say very thank you to you guys, for joining. It means we're actually making progress. Thank you so much. And like Mr. Kene mentioned, of course, we've been doing a lot in the African regions as well. And he was one of the persons that actually, I think we cooperated with him to do something in Ghana. I think that was around November last year or so. And it was an amazing outing for the Ghana community as well. And over here in Nigeria, we've been doing a lot also in several campuses, starting from UNUYO, Aqua Poly, we've been to Owerri as well, and other campuses around Nigeria. And I'm using this avenue to also appeal to reach out to you guys, and saying we're open to collaborate with you, to further drive ZetaChain's presence in your local community, right? With you there, we can trust our impact would be felt as well. Mr. Kene, before I allow you to rest, I'd love to ask again, like from your interactions, with several communities and other creatives as well. What do you okay, let me start by saying what platforms or communities have helped you grow in this space, since you're talking about community.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. One of the things like I understood was when we started like CIB. I think I'm hearing my I'm echoing.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So one of the things I notice is that projects always or a founder or anybody with an idea should target to have know where their target audience is. I will tell you the truth is for us at Teen Girls in Blockchain, our target is not online. Our core targets are people who don't have phones. Most of them who are in secondary school. Some of them still have phones. They are on Facebook, but S is not like really where but at the same time it doesn't mean we shouldn't have presence on X. So we have different things. We discovered that even collaboration with brands that have do things like pad the girls, know your ladies, girls know your right, healthcare, creating awareness about like girl child advocate. We discovered that these are the people that like we should be able to target to onboard into our community. But for projects or like Zeta Chain, definitely I know that developers community is one of them. Campuses like you guys have been doing is purely one of them. Even B2B like B2B companies like businesses too, also one of them. Which I know that in Africa things are changing. And Mr. Sam is I know from the last conversation we had there are some things he's also looking at approaching people who are doing businesses. And also I know that Zeta Chain outside Africa because some of the places they are in are legalized to interact with businesses. So there is no perfect platform. I would say do use this platform, you'll be able to grow your community. No, the only thing is when you are having a community, just know what is the perfect platform to return certain persons. There are people you can return on WhatsApp as a community that they cannot go to Telegram, but there are people you can return on Telegram. There are people you can return on X. So know your target audience. So it's more like someone who sells clothes. You can't be selling clothes and you are going to electrical, what's it called, the electrical market where they sell electrical parts to be selling your. People would buy, but not as it should be. So you should be able to have a target audience. Have a target platform too. But platforms like projects like ZetaChain, every platform across X, Instagram, Facebook, it's every online platform is what they need. They also need offline like hubs as well, like hubs, academies, clubs in school, and so many things, so many organizations are needed to to onboard people. But for us at Teen Girls in Blockchain, it's more like secondary school, university, and then few onlines. which when we get people offline, we could be able to onboard them online to sustain them, especially on WhatsApp. Our community is growing more on WhatsApp than any other place.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Community is the heart of every project, like you mentioned earlier, and uh, we have a community. For those of you that are on this space that have not yet joined the ZetaChain Africa community, is at ZetaChain Africa. Please do us a favor, right? Please, if you're on this space now, retweet the space, please, so others would get to know what we're doing here as well. I'm sure you've learned one or two. Please kindly retweet the space and well to join the ZetaChain Africa community as well on Telegram. There's a lot of, I think I've just shared it on the post now as a comment. You can see that. Kindly join the ZetaChain Africa community. There's a lot, that's going on in that community, and I believe that's one of the ways we can always stay in touch, share ideas, and do a lot of other amazing things together. I have one last question for you, Mr. Kene, but I'm going to come back to you later for that. And then after that, we'll now open up the mic for other speakers to also share their thoughts. But I'm going to go back to Mr. Precious, Mene, as I would call him in my language. Uh, my question for you is, okay, okay. How do you, because I understand you're a developer and I think currently you're building something really amazing. I think I would allow you to talk more on that. And my joy is that you're looking at deploying it in on Zeta blockchain. Now the question is, how can creatives plug into what Zeta Chain is building, and why do you think they should plug in?
Okay, good evening. Am I audible enough?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I would like to say that they have to plug in. There is no other way around it, because I just can't imagine myself building something on base blockchain, and when I want it to run on Polkadot blockchain, I have to start from scratch, and I have to understand the SDK or whatever that the Polkadot blockchain uses to start building from scratch. I think everybody's target is any builder, any creative that wants to make life easier for his or her users or customers has to look in the direction of ZetaChain. Even if you are building elsewhere, or maybe you've gotten elsewhere so far, you should also explore the options of integrating ZetaChain into whatever you're building, because it's going to be very seamless for you. We cannot overemphasize that. So I would love to say that creatives are not passengers in Web3, like we all know. They are co-pilots. They are the people that help make these things happen. We often hear that Web3 is a technical revolution and all of that, but most times I used to say it is culture first, because to me it's a cultural shift. And why would I want to say it's a cultural shift? It's a cultural shift because no cultural shift can succeed without its interpreters. Just like we had when we moved from Web 1 to Web 2, we are now having it. We have moved from Web 2 to Web 3. These creatives, these developers are the behind the scene men that make these things work. You understand? Honestly, ZetaChain is building a powerful. Let's be very, very clear. We need the creatives to plug in. And honestly, I think one of the ways a creative can plug in is through the hackathon and grants program, like the Mr. Samuel has rightfully said before. Honestly, to me, I feel you must not know how to write Solidity. You must not know how to write all the contracts before you can join into these hackathons and these grant programs. You can pitch. Even with your experience, you can design a mock-up that interprets or showcases the core values of ZetaChain and pitch. One thing I must say, I heard Mr. Kenny actually talked about a lot of projects being rejected and all of that, and the stress in getting grants and all of that. And I think I have an experience with that as well. But I must say, one thing that must drive whoever is going to release funds for you as a form of support or whatever, or as a form of grant, is the idea you are bringing. The idea you're bringing. Okay, like a little example was when I was starting this Vest as an idea, I actually wanted to build it on the Polkadot blockchain. So I reached out to Web3 and all of that, their grant system. I spoke with two persons. And after speaking with the two persons, one of the things I got was, you have my vote. And I needed just 2 votes to secure $30,000 grant. You understand? I needed just 2 votes out of 12 because the voting system is a decentralized voting system of 12 persons. And for you to just get a $30,000, you need just, and I already secured these 2 votes from this person. Why? Because the idea I was bringing was, you cannot just imagine something that you feel is better and you've not actually thought, how creative is this thing? I love the word you used, Mr. Samuel, creative. How creative is this thing? What problem is he actually solving? Because if you are coming into hackathon, one of the things that can actually guarantee your success is, what ideology are you bringing? Okay, like Mr. Kenneth was talking about, he's trying to bridge the gap between those in secondary school that know little or nothing about Web3 and those that don't. He's trying to bridge the gap between those in the early stage of the university that have zero knowledge about Web3. Just like we are doing in Web3 Symposium, moving from communities to communities, hosting programs, telling them the essence of Web3 and what this thing is going to do on our future of finance and our life entirely. You understand? So that is an idea that is massive. You understand? So before you will come and say, I want to go into this hackathon, I want to request for this grant and all of that, the idea you're bringing should be causing a problem in the Web 2 and creating an opportunity in the Web 3. Just like I earlier talked about Vest. A lot of persons here did not know when MTN was selling shares in 2022. Why? Because these people are not close to their users. Their communication media is very limited. So what is Vest trying to do differently? That will move from school to schools, will move from villages to villages, will move from communities to communities, doing financial education. And this is one thing that is lacking, even from the Nigerian financial system. When there was a ban placed on cryptocurrency in 2021, I think by the former president, a lot of persons were not aware that if you use your account for anything crypto related, your account will be blocked or frozen. They were not aware because their financial institutions that they communicate with did not inform them. So from this standpoint, now that we are going to be taking financial education very seriously, we are already creating a problem in the Web 2 and creating an opportunity in the Web 3. So when you are coming forth with this in a hackathon or you are representing it for a grant, it moves the person that is going to either give you the funds or whatever. I think another thing that creatives can actually do is community layer building. Just like I was saying before, you must not be somebody who knows how to write Solidity. You must not be able to write all the protocols and all of that. You can form a community. Oh, I'm a UX designer. This is the idea we want to pitch. Oh, you know how to write Solidity. This person is a front-end developer. Okay, let's put our heads together. Let's call it this project. Provided the idea you're bringing is something that is interesting. By the time 3 or 4 or 5 persons put themselves together and decide that, okay, let's pitch this thing, let's go for this hackathon. In fact, there was a guy I was speaking to a few months ago. I think he won one hackathon on base blockchain, and I think it was the first. He got $10,000 or thereabout. And I was trying to interact with him. How do you do these things? And he was trying to give me this cheat code. He said actually he doesn't write Solidity and all of that. This is who he is, but he has a friend that does Solidity. He has a friend that is a front, and so three of them just put their heads together and they smash this thing. So you must not know how to write codes and all of that. You definitely can form a team and pitch. You understand? You can form a team and pitch. Another thing you can actually do as a creative to plug into this ZetaChain economy is just like Mr. Samuel told us, he was assisting to moderate Discord channels. He was helping for regional onboarding, meetup events and all of that he had. And today it has earned him the position of the African ambassador. So this is a very easy means to come into this system. Yes, I have something I'm building. I want to be recognized on this chain. Okay, let me start by, let me ordinarily moderating the Discord channel. let me see how it goes. From moderating the Discord channel, you get visibility. Once you get visibility, you pitch what you're pitching. This is what I'm doing. They say, okay, build, let's see how it goes, and you're in. Lastly, I want to talk about the last thing I have to talk about on how creatives can plug in is culture and branding. Culture and branding, we can tell ourselves the truth. Vibes will never die out of Web3. And just like the title of this our event is Armor and Vibes. Vibes will never die out of Web3. If you know how to design, you can actually collaborate with whoever is in ZetaChain's visual identity or whatever. You can collaborate with them. You can decide to design their next event flyer or whatever. You understand? Just think of something that looks very creative, something that represents ZetaChain, represents OmniChain, represents cross-pollination and all of that. Just put it all together, design something and try to pitch it. You can come in with that. You can come in with that, honestly. So I think I would just say that the bottom line of everything is creatives are the infrastructure, they are the builders, and they can easily decorate themselves into this ecosystem by these few things I have mentioned. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow, that's really amazing. Can you guys still hear me? Can you
Yes,
hear me,
yes, I
Yes.
please?
can hear you.
That's really amazing. See, if I allow these speakers to go on and on, I'm not sure would leave this space today. I think we'll spend almost 54 minutes. So the speakers are still going to be around. I'm craving your indulgence, please. Let's use the next 10 minutes or so to open up for people to perhaps share their own thoughts as well. I have Eminence on the space. Eminence has actually been a very amazing contributor and a VIP contributor as well on the ZetaChain ecosystem. I have Mr. Mostibala here as well. Web3 local boy is here as well. Please, if you would want to speak, you can kindly request for the mic and you'll be given the opportunity to do so. Um, please, Mr. Kene and Demene, you'll be giving us your final words, please, after this particular section. All right, Mustibella, let's hear you. Go ahead.
Hello everyone. I really, Mr. Samuel and speakers, I really greet and extend my greet to you. Uh, I really appreciate as how you uh, host this space, and I have benefit of a lot of alphas that is introduced here. So I'm Mustibala by name. I'm a graphic designer. So I'm creating a educational content, creating awareness about ZetaChain in our community, especially in northern Nigeria. I'm using my native language to introduce how ZetaChain works and educating about more and about ZetaChain and ZetaChain utilities and how ZetaChains work, especially how it is seamless, very simple, easy operating, about cross-chain transaction and many utilities. So I want to introduce myself here as in as a uh, as a collaboration for uh, ZetaChain contributor to introduce about ZetaChain in our community, especially in my native language also. So that is why I speak in this amazing space. I really appreciate for the mic and really appreciate thank you so much.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. I'm already having butterflies in my stomach just listening to you, Miss Mustibella. I just gave you a follow now, and what just came to my mind is I think I would collaborate with you. Let's have a space, Zeta chain in Hausa or something, whatever your native dialect is. I would be very much willing to support you to push education and adoption in your community. That's why we're here. Okay, please, if you've not joined the African Telegram community, do so. So we'll be able to, work together to achieve that. Thank you so much. I've just checked your profile and I'll as well let her go through your post. I've seen what you're doing. More power to your elbow. Thank you So that's exactly what Damien Dexia was talking about, right? I think when what I got from what he said basically was the power of collaboration. He talked about community layer building, right? There's a level of influence you have over there that I may not have. I can't speak your native dialect like you do. You understand? So if you over there with the influence you have, start sharing, you would be doing a whole lot of good. And of course, like I mentioned, we'll do as much as we can to provide you with the support, technical support, and otherwise that you need. Thank you so much, Musti Bella. Thank you, thank you. And before I forget, what Dixia talked about, you don't have to be a developer per se. You don't have to be the one writing the codes to participate in the hackathon sections, right? The power of collaboration. That's one of the basic thing I got from that section, right? If you can design. One of the I was privileged to be in this ICP hackathon. I was privileged to be a speaker. I've been in several hackathon events as well. There was one they did in Eckert's sandbox, and I noticed some of these guys have the most brilliant projects. But what messes them up is the person that is doing the presentation for them. And sometimes, no matter how amazing your project is, if you don't deliver with excellence, if you don't deliver with clarity, so somebody would not want to invest in that particular project. So you here listening can be that person that's really very eloquent, good with designs, good with demonstrations, and you can help them sell whatever project. You can help them market. You can manage their community for them. You can, become let's say that DevRel kind of person, right? So the power of collaboration. That's basically what I would say. Thank you once again, Musti. I think would stay in touch. Please just indicate if you want to share, so we'll give you the room to do so. We should be wrapping up this space in the next 20 minutes. If you want to share, please kindly, Eminence, let's hear from you, please.
Okay, good evening. Sorry, is anybody hearing me?
Yes, we can go ahead.
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Samuel, and thank you to all the speakers. First, I really like what Mr. Kenny was sharing. I think that really got into my nerves, especially the part he was talking about that you can really contribute, right? I still vividly remember when I knew about ZetaChain, and that was through Mr. Samuel. I remember we did a lot of things. Personally, I did a lot of like small, amazing things that got me the recognition and more of recommendation that I got, and the how it took me to the position of the VIP ambassador. So I still believe that there is a whole lot that is still happening in Zeta Chain ecosystem, even though some people are just, basically the way the crypto ecosystem is, everybody just wants to come in, because of the money. But that aside, the I feel where you can really make the money is when you try to, offer value, and that value will come from the place of, active participation and early participation. It is more like two things: you participate actively and you participate early in any particular, in any project that you find yourself. So I was just going through something before this is space, and I discovered there's the Zeta Chain summer program is still ongoing, and which is still part of this developers program. So I discovered that it's not just for developers per se, even early um users of most of those projects, because the program is more open to new projects, like people that are coming to build, and inside of it there is still opportunities for early users. That's people that want to interact on those projects. So if you have a particular if you have a skill, oh, you can really do something, I think that is where you can start with. You don't go to the top now, because if you want to start contributing for ZetaChain directly right now, you might not really get that, that opportunity. Why? Because there are many positions I would say might have been occupied. So you can pivot into those early protocols or early projects that are currently building during this summer program. And you can find a place. Nothing is really too small. It's all about just starting bit by bit, and you don't know where opportunities will hit on you, and that will be yours. So it's very, very simple. I would say, even though sometimes it sounds a bit difficult, but all boils down to you as the individual, for you to participate early and also participate actively. So I don't really have much to say this evening, because I'm not just too strong. So thank you so much, Mr. Samuel, for the invite.
Okay.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
just reaching
Thank
the
you.
Lord. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You've said a lot in the little you've said. I got a lot of value, and I want to believe everyone listening got something as well. There are a lot of sister projects that are building on ZetaChain. That's what he was saying, right? And that gives you a whole lot of room, whole lot of perspective, opportunities, to also interact with these projects early enough, right? Some of them needs people to do graphic designs for them. They need people to host space like this for them. They need people to organize events. There might be, or there are, ambassadorial roles as well for those projects. Okay, it's still part of you contributing to the Zeta ecosystem at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Mr. Vincent, for your insight. Thank you so much. We really value your contribution. Um, who else, please? Just kindly indicate by a raise of hand, and you'll be given opportunity to do so. While we're looking forward to receiving your questions or your contributions, this very last question goes to Mr. Precious. Okay. Um, just give us your final words, I think, as we wrap up. Your final words. What's on your mind? Just tell us.
Hello, am I audible enough?
Yes, you are. We can
Yes,
hear
you are.
you.
We can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I'm having a little network glitch. Am I still audible?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we
Go
can hear
ahead.
you. Go ahead.
Okay, my final words tonight will be, firstly, to, because I'll be leaving the space very soon. I have a space to attend, so I will use this opportunity to just say everything that is on my desk. Mr. Samuel, thank you so much for honoring me to be on this space. I really appreciate it, and I want to thank every listener who listened. I've shared with us what I'm doing. If there's a way you feel you can contribute to us, my DM is always open. I'm always active on Twitter and on WhatsApp. The most honest thing I can share tonight is that visibility is the only currency you have in Web3, and community is the equality. So I will just buttress on that a little bit, like the next 45 seconds, then I'll be out. So visibility is your currency, because if you don't show yourself in the hackathon, nobody will see you. Mr. Samuel shared how he was voluntarily hosting, coordinating the Discord, and helping out in one way or the other, and it has earned him the visibility he has today. He's the one controlling the whole of, as big as Africa is, he's in charge. So visibility is the currency you can spend in Web3. As a creative, as a user, as whoever that you are a developer, you are whoever that you are, you have to make yourself visible. If you don't participate in the pitching, in the hackathon, request for the grant, nobody would know you. And community is the equality. So community is what makes all of us one. Whether you are the developer, or you are the owner of the project, you are the end user, whoever you are, we are all interacting with the ZetaChain. In Web3, you grow by showing up. You don't grow by sitting back. You understand? You grow by showing up. You must not be good enough at start. Your project must be perfect. Show it out there. You're a designer. Show it out there. Start designing things on the ZetaChain economy. You are a builder. Start building. Gradually, your work will end you somewhere. You understand? Even if the work is not perfect, build it in public. It is better to fail than for you not to even try at all. You understand? Just like Mr. Samuel said, there are a lot of projects there on the ZetaChain. Go there. You can design their landing page if you know how to do website designing. You can look at a project, look at what they are all about, read about them, design their landing page and project it to them. You can get picked as their whatever, software engineer or whatever. You understand? So all I'm saying as my final note is, as a creator, as whoever that you are, interacting with the ZetaChain, if you are yet to interact, please do. But if you are already interacting, please be visible. Be visible. Many thanks to you, Mr. Samuel, and the entire ZetaChain team for hosting this space. Thank you so much. My name is Demene Bariba Precious. Thank you.
Wow, wow, thank you. What awesome way to end. Visibility is your currency in the Web3 space, and community is the equality. Thank you so much. I'm just going to recap what he said, that you grow by showing up, right? You must not be good enough when you start, but just start. Start with what you have. Start from where you are. Thank you so much, guys, for showing up. I'm really grateful. Mr. Kene, thank you. I think he's going to leave because of the space he has. We're wrapping up in 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Mr. Precious. Ekene, as we wrap up as well, what's your final words? What's on your mind? Just say it like it is. Thank you.
On my mind, so many things on my mind. My mind. I wish Zeta can it's because the space is recorded. I won't say what's on my mind there. So I would just say Precious has said a lot and he has said it all. Just be visible. For me, one thing I say always is stick to what works for you. Stick to who you are. Originality makes you who you are. You understand? Now, why I said so is that in this space there are people. They are not developers. They are not writers. They are not graphics. They are not anything but they are they are very important in their ecosystem. Why? They keep up with the news happening around the ecosystem. So when people want to know what is happening, let me use example ZetaChain, they will always go to his page and check the latest news. So without him, people don't know. So he's relevant. He attends spaces. People even pay him. Now I'm super glad about what Musti is doing, because that's another thing I also advocate. Teach people about blockchain in your local language. Yeah, there are words in blockchain you can't translate to your local language. You can leave them there, but find a simpler English you can use for people to understand. But teach people in your local language. Let's localize these things so that people could understand that it's not about the English. Anybody, even people who can't speak English in the space, can participate and earn and also live and leverage on the technology. So originality is what matters, what keeps you stand out. Be original, don't fake it, don't copy, stop copying if you are copying. And if you have not started copying, you intend copying, don't copy. Be yourself. That's one of the things I'm super proud about Mr. Sam. It's been a long time we've been on this journey, and till today I will tell you this is who he is. He's someone who advocates for digital literacy. And he did not change even when he came to Web3, blockchain. He did not change it. Rather, he improved it. So be who you are. If you're an educator, you feel, oh, I can educate people, and all you need to do, just learn about blockchain and start educating people. Don't go and change. If you are a fashionist, you say, oh, okay, I'm a fashionist, I can do arts. I think I can leverage on NFTs, or I can leverage on platforms that do art. You join a whole lot of, you are a musician, you can do this, you can do that. Now blockchain has given a lot of people room. You see gamers and people who play game, some Web2 guys, they are playing Web3 games and they are earning money because of what they are playing, what they are doing, what they like to do. They did not change. They are original. Each time you call them, they know they are gamers. So originality keeps you, will keep sustaining you in the space. So thank you ZetaChain for ZetaChain Africa and ZetaChain as a project for inviting us, because I came with my family TGIB. So thank you Sam, thank you Vin, yeah, thank you Eno, thank you Musti, thank you as SN, yeah, Asokwo, Archibald, Web3 local. So thank you TGIB as well. Thank you.
Wow, that's really amazing. Thank you. I can't thank everybody enough as well. Thank you, Mr. Kenneth, for those beautiful words. It just reminds me of something. I made a post, I think, 5 hours ago on my status on WhatsApp. And I saw, sometimes Facebook reminds you of some years back and gives a particular picture. And that was 2020, 20, January 24th, 2020. And then another picture of me like this year, that's like 5 years now. And I think the key word for me was passion plus consistency plus learning is equal to growth. Few hours later, somebody very influential on the space reached out and it was like, believe in something. And it just makes a lot of sense. And I can tie it to what you just said now, Mr. Kene. He said, believe in something. His feedback was, I really love how you believed in this chain. That's talking about Zeta chain now. Omo, I have literally seen you grow with them, right? So what I want to say to everyone here is thank you for showing up. Thank you for being visible. Thank you, Musti. I really appreciate what you're doing. I'm going to be in your DM and we'll see how to work together. Thank you, every other person here, Eminence, and my amazing co-host, guy. Like you're amazing, Mr. Vincent. Thank you. I see Hazi here, Asukwo, Maruku, Achibong, Wetri Luka Boy. Amazing guy. These are all my G's. Thank you, every other person that joined as well. And we're over 60 something persons, but I know for certain reasons, a lot of persons dropped. If you've not joined the ZetaChain Africa community, there's a whole lot you're missing out on. Please do well to join ZetaChain Africa on Twitter. Okay, give us a follow. Um, Retweet this space as well. So this is me saying thank you so much for both users and developers on this space. If you're looking out for a simple, fast, and secure omni-chain blockchain, I think ZetaChain is that place you should go to. It enables you to build interoperable dApps that spans across every chain, starting from Ethereum to Bitcoin and beyond. In a nutshell, I'm just saying if you want to have access to crypto from one chain, Zeta chain is the chain. Thank you so much, guys, for your attention. Thank you for tuning in. And you've been listening for 1 hour, 16 minutes. We wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Like Precious mentioned, community is the heart of every project. And if you guys did not show up, I'm sure this space would not have been amazing as it is. Seeing your beautiful usernames, your likes, your emojis, your contributions just gives a lot of beauty and, liveliness to this particular space. Thank you so much, everyone. I think it's safe to say good night. Mr. Vincent, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Okay, good night, guy.